All right. Hi, angels. It's been a little while since I've gone on live and just kind of had a chat with you guys. I've had some things on my mind, and hi, drop in the comments who you are. I can't see who's there. Um, Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're at. I am in the middle of doing my Jack Skellington crazy packaging, and I just obviously when you're sitting here, you're just like thoughts are going through your brain, and I really realized that um, I wanted to have a little chat with you guys about how important it is to not wait until something happens in your life for you to make a change in your business. Hi, Amanda. Yay. Um, all of us start not knowing what the heck is available to us, what we're capable of doing, all that fun stuff. And we start because we tell ourselves, I'm just gonna do this. And it's because we don't want to disappoint ourselves, right? I know this is horrible lighting, the background and everything, but I do all my packaging on the floor in my office. So, anyways, we talk about, like, when we start, we say like, oh, well, I don't have time to do this, or I don't have the skill to do that. Or you may even tell yourself that you don't need anything more than just a discount, which at the time that might very well may be. But I wanted you guys to think about what's going on in the world right now. All of what's going on, nobody, there's not, well, I'm not going to say one person. Bill Gates predicted this, just so you guys know. I watched a TED talk on this. He did it about 5 years ago, and he literally called that there was going to be a global pandemic that's going to change the world, which is crazy. I don't even remember how he did it, but he had a science behind it and everything. But people like you and I, we don't have that, technology or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know everybody in our groups, unfortunately. I wish I did. I wish more of you guys would show up to our team calls so I can get to know you, get to know more about you, your background, your skills, your dreams, your goals, all that fun stuff. But if, you're not participating in those things, I never get to know you, which makes me so sad. But I understand everybody's lives are different. All of your priorities are different, and availabilities are different. But, anyways, we didn't and we couldn't predict something like this to happen. A lot of you lost your jobs. A lot of you got pay cuts. A lot of you got sick. A lot of you lost people that you love in all of this. And, um, you know, could we have predicted something like this happening? Of course not, right? But the thing is it's not whether a matter if it's going to happen, something's going to change completely in our lives, personally or globally. It's a matter of when it's going to happen, right? And it's how we're going to handle it and respond to those changes. And so I really want you guys to think about that. Like, if I had taken an advantage of, utilizing an opportunity to build my business and have this nest egg aside, would myself, or if you're a team leader and you know some people that are struggling, would they have struggled as much if they had that Scentsy business built and on the side of a nest egg to be able to supplement what's what happened as far as losing jobs, losing income, all that kind of stuff. You may have been, like I said, you may have been sick, your family may have sick, you may have had to take time off of work to help them, whatever that may be. Um, I really want you guys to think about that. That Scentsy really is an opportunity to um, prepare for what will happen eventually. Again, we don't know what that may be. We're going through it all together right now, but there may be something that happens on a personal level with you. Nobody expects that they're going to be at a job for 25 years and then get laid off. I'm going to tell you right now, I can't even count on my hands how many of you have come to me and said, Jess, I never, ever in my wildest dreams ever thought I'd ever lose my job. I've been there. I opened the company. I was the CEO or chief executive officer, which is the same thing, but I was the vice president. I was basically the highest level, or I was the owner, and I never thought that my business would go under. And I really wish I had this set aside to, if I would have predicted and knew that this was going to happen, I would have spent the last 5 years gradually growing my business. So I just really want you guys to think about that, is that you have an opportunity to go at your own pace. I'm not saying, not pay attention to all your other priorities and, work hard for what, is paying the bills right now. But I'm saying to pay attention and put attention towards this business that is going to be there for as long as you need it to be and you want it to be, basically. You can't say that for any other job. When you work for someone else, you're at the liberty of what they do and what they want. And if their company goes under, you go under, right? But when you work for yourself, your business doesn't go under unless you decide to stop working. So for me, as an example, is that I haven't seen, my business has not skipped a beat. It's actually grown. I'm busier than I've been, except for like when I first started, because there's so much more opportunity in business that in ways that I never utilized before. And so my business is at a total other level. It's in hyper growth right now. And when I say my business, I mean my clients. I'm gaining new clients I never had before. Hostesses. There's team members that are joining because their lives are changing and they're saying, hey, maybe I do need an extra side hustle, which people call it, or side gig or whatever. And they're thinking about those things of saying, hey, I need something on the side just in case what's going on here that I've always kind of relied on doesn't work out. Because even though you may have worked through this first stretch of the pandemic and you haven't lost your job, or maybe even not even lost income because you've been working from home, if you're able to do that, that is fantastic. But we don't know what the future holds, right? We don't know if this continues, if your corporate job or whatever you do that makes you pays your bills right now is going to continue to be able to handle it, right? And so you literally have an opportunity. You own your own business. And I know that is so hard for people to process, like, because they think, it's just Scentsy. It's just where I get my small good stuff. That's fantastic. But there are people like me and other people, lots of other people out there that have turned this into a business that I never have to work for anybody else again. Can you process that? To me, it's still like crazy to me, even to process for myself, that I never have to work for somebody else again. And all of you, every single one of you, have that opportunity. I don't care if you join today. You have the opportunity to literally say, I own my own business and I am going to work hard. Actually, I have my work hard shirt on. It says work hard and be nice. And that's our core value, right? Is generosity and authenticity and adding value to other people. That's what this business does. This business literally gives you a tool, which is our product. The product is what opens up the opportunity to create a relationship. And then when they open up this bar and they smell it, they get an emotion. They get an emotion and you're a part of that emotion. So you create that amazing emotion, which creates a physical jolt in their body, and it creates a memory. And so now you're connected to that memory, a happy thing, a happy place. And you get to do that for people, okay? You get to do that for other people, meaning you can have them have that opportunity to do that. And now that that tool is there and that business, that relationship is built through your tool, through your business, you are then get to add value even more by helping them get their favorite products for free and half off. And then even a level higher, which is the best, which you guys hear me say all the time, is to take it to the level of that they get an opportunity as well. And as you offer opportunities, your opportunity gets greater. So I want you to think about that. When you think about sponsoring, so many of you, I hate to say this, but the higher percentage of you think of it as, I don't want to push this on somebody else. I want you to erase that out of your brain because you're adding value to their lives. Every single person you know needs value somewhere added in their life, whether they realize it or not. And the only way you know that that value is going to be added and if they need it is if you offer it. Hi, Lisa. And so if you haven't sponsored in a while or you've never sponsored, I want you to take this opportunity and I want you to think about it as, is it is it nice? Is it are you showing gratitude? Is it are you offering the best value that you can if you're not offering what has been given to you? So think about that. There's a story I share a lot I've shared several times throughout the years that I heard when I first started. Okay. And it really opened my brain to the idea of giving, 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 and giving the opportunity. Give me one second. So there's a story about a consultant of some other company. I don't know. She joined a company, a direct sales company, because direct sales, all companies, they add value. They teach you things. It's all about personal development. Okay. And so whether you're with Scentsy or somewhere else, we all know Scentsy has way greater values and authenticity than any other company. And the owners are the most brilliant business minds on the planet. I'm not gonna lie. Literally, our owners are the most brilliant. And we're the only direct sales company that literally can say we own our company outright. We don't owe anybody. So our business is never gonna go under like other direct sales companies, okay? So think about this. She joins this direct sales company and she meets up with this friend of hers that she hasn't seen in over a year. And the friend says, hey, what have you been up to? She's like, well, I joined this business and I'm just loving it. I'm having so much fun. I've grown on a personal level. I'm more confident. I have more, just energy and just I have a purpose. And she's like, wow, that's amazing. And she goes, how many people are on your team? And she goes, what do you mean? She's like, well, gosh, you're saying how much you love this. How many people have you offered this to so they can add this to their lives as well? And she goes, well, nobody. She's like, I'm just selling the product. And her friend sits back and goes, oh, well, that sounds a little selfish to me. She goes, excuse me? She's like, yeah. I mean, if you're telling me how much you love this and it's helped you on a personal level, you've grown, you have more confidence, all of that, like, why wouldn't you offer that to somebody else? I mean, when I think about it, like, why haven't you told me about this before? I would love something like that. And she sits back and she's really taken back, like, oh my gosh. She realizes that she loves this friend that's sitting in front of her. And she's saying, why haven't I offered this to her? I would love for her to experience the things that I've been experiencing and the feelings that I feel when I deliver my products, when I see the smiles on their faces, when I see my hostesses get so much product and they're so excited that it was so inexpensive and they got all this stuff for next to nothing. Why wouldn't I want to pass that opportunity on to somebody else? And then all this, and the way I had struggled with self-confidence for so long, and now I have so much, my self-esteem has grown so tremendously. Why wouldn't I want to pass this on to somebody I care about? Or when I think about it, why wouldn't I want to pass this on to the people that love the product just as much as me and that are buying from me constantly? They would be able to benefit too. And the reason behind it is, and okay, let me finish the story and then I'm going to tell you the reason behind it. So a year later, from when she met her friend, she had over 100 people on her team. And the reason why is because from that moment on, she vowed to herself that she was going to make sure that every person knew all of the options that were available with Scentsy, not just to buy the product, not just to host and get it for free and half off, but they can actually do this too and make a little extra income or a lot of extra income if they want, or just grow on a personal level and get their products for free and half off, whatever they choose they need. But here's the thing, you guys. Most people join for something this small. It's usually, I'd like to get a discount, or yeah, I need something on the side. I'd like to get out and have some fun with, some girlfriends and have something to do for myself. But it's never something that they think is going to change their life. Let's just say I didn't think it was going to change my life, and it's changed my life, and I can't even tell you how many ways. So they just need to start. And the biggest, if you ask anybody, Even yourself, ask yourself right now, why did you join? Now you might say, oh, because I wanted a discount, I was buying a bunch, blah, 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 blah. But the real answer is because somebody offered it to you. Now, there's a small percentage that decided to join on their own and you saw the benefits. You just have a brilliant mind. Hats off to you. But you are a very small percentage if you decided to join on your own. Because probably 99.9% of people, the only reason why they joined is because it was actually offered and somebody asked or said, hey, this is something you should think about. Or have you ever thought about this? Okay, in some way, shape, or form. Now, you may think, oh, I decided to join on my own, but your consultant may have put a join flyer in your order and you didn't even realize it, but it started planting the seed of, hey, this might be something I might want to do. You may have not thought about it again, but that seed was there. And as you bought more products over and over, and this may not be you, but this may be what you're doing to your clients. If you're putting a join brochure in every single order, you're planting seeds and you're watering it. So every time they open up and they look at it, they're looking at more. They're getting more interested. Okay? And eventually, when the time is right, or when you actually talk to them, hey, Michelle, when you actually talk to them about, hey, have you read that brochure that I keep putting in your order? Hi, Neens. That's when they decide, yeah, maybe I'll consider this. But you have to be planting the seed, right? So are you one of those people? I want you to ask yourself, have you been selfish? Have you been holding back on the most important opportunity that you can offer your clients? Because and the biggest reason why people don't, consultants, why they don't offer it is because they're scared to lose their business. They think, well, if I sponsor the person that buys the most from me, I'm not going to have any sales. You're right, because your mindset is there. If you think that person is the only person that is going to keep your business going, then you're right. So you know that quote by Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if you think that if you sponsor your most loyal customer that buys from you, it's a client, if they buy a lot, is going to make you lose your business, then you're right. However, if you shift that mindset and you think, if this person loves Scentsy, there's got to be more people out there that love Scentsy just as much. And here's something I'm going to share with you right now, is that if you have the problem that everybody that you offer it to joins, that is the best problem you'll ever have. And everybody wants to have it. So you want to have that problem. Because I promise you, as long as you are continuing to seek and look for new business, you're going to find it. But if you're not willing to find new business, you will struggle. Absolutely. Okay. But here's the thing, you guys. If you've been with this business 6 months, you have enough clientele to put in your 500. If you've been working your business every day. Now, if you've only been working your business every 4 months, on the 4-month mark that you have to put 200 in, yeah, you're going to struggle. So I totally understand why you'd be scared to give away your, 5 customers, right? However, I don't like the word but. However, if you're thinking with a giving heart, a generous heart, you want to do what's best for the person, right? So if you see somebody buying regularly, it's going to give them more value to just become a consultant and buy from themselves regularly. But if you're thinking selfishly and saying, well, I don't want to give those sales away, that's you're missing the whole point of the Scentsy spirit and core values. So if you want to be a part of what really makes this business magical and makes this business set apart from any other business out there, yes, they add value. They give, great, you're always going to grow on a personal level with any direct sales business if you participate. But there's something about Scentsy. And you can ask anybody that's been with another direct sales company before. You may be that person, so you know for a fact that Scentsy is very different than any other direct sales company. And there's a reason why people stick with Scentsy for years and years and years and years. And even though people get offered new opportunities with new businesses, they know that there's nothing like Scentsy. Do you know how many people have offered me opportunities? Oh, there's this new direct sales company starting. You could be the first few, 10 consultants. Jess, you've done so great with your Scentsy business. You can rip, blow people out of the water. That's great. Awesome. But my heart is with Scentsy. And the reason why is because of their values. And because it is a slam dunk product that truly adds value to people's lives. So I really want you guys to think about this. Are you sitting on a gold mine and not utilizing it? Ask yourself, this is my challenge to you. How many orders have you taken in the last 3 months? I want you to look at that. I want you to look at how many orders you've taken from different people. But then I also want you to notice how many people have actually reordered in that last 3 months, if they've ordered several times. Start with those people, and I want you to challenge yourself to talk to them about the business opportunity. Add up. Yes, teach them how to fish. Yes, absolutely. Means we want to educate. If you see somebody that's bought in $200 in the last 3 months combined, they need to become a consultant because they need to buy from themselves and get the discount. That's the basis. But then there's so much more that they can be, a value that can be added to their life. But that is the core. That's like the foundation of like, look, it's going to benefit you more. You're going to get a better deal if you just join and buy from yourself every 3 to 4 months, a bulk order. But here's the thing, guys. How they know family, friends, people on Facebook, they know people they don't even realize buy Scentsy. So they're going to have opportunities to not have to put a $200 order in themselves. They're going to have to spend not even half of that because they're going to be banking on the Hostess rewards. Okay? Then I want you to look at all the people that have ordered from you, and I want you to ask yourself, have you talked to them about the business opportunity? And here's the thing, you've even offered the hosting opportunity? That's like, hands down has to be offered to every customer. I want you to think in your mind and start the motto is my clients never pay full price. My clients never pay full price. Clients mean somebody that buys from you regularly. A customer is somebody that is the first time. They bought from you once and then never bought from you again. That's a customer. Okay? But we want to turn those customers into clients by offering an opportunity for them to not pay full price. Okay? If they don't want to do the hosting opportunity, then give them the join opportunity. I can't tell you how many people didn't want to host, but they wanted to join. I know, sounds crazy, right? So getting back to what this theme was, is what are you waiting for? Have you been gypping yourself as well as others? So I want you to think, a sale is money now, recruiting is money that carries into the future. Yes. So that quote is that Nina just put, is if you read the book Recruiting Superstar by Mary Christensen, she's the one that pegged that. And she actually worked for Scentsy for quite a while. And if you've read any of Mary Christensen's books, all of them are great. They're all about direct sales. And it gives you it changes your mindset. It makes you realize that, how much opportunity there really is. So I'll challenge you guys also to read Mary Christensen's books. She has a booking, I think being a booking rock star, a recruiting rock star. Just type in Mary Christensen and Google her, and you'll find all her books. Amazon, you can get them. But anyways, even I want to talk about the F word that Mel Robbins talks about. You can look her up on YouTube, Mel Robbins. She's been a speaker at Reunion, at Leadership for Scentsy several times. And some of you know Mel Robbins. You were at Reunion or you've heard me talk about her before. But I want you to think about this. Are you living your life by the F word? And I know most of you are like, what? Not the bad word, but it is a bad word. Are you living your life just fine? When somebody asks you, how are you doing? Are you just fine? Do you want to live your life fine? Or do you want to live your life extraordinary? Do you want to say, I'm living an extraordinary life? And when you're living just fine, you're just making it. You're just going day by day. I'm paying my bills barely. I'm, getting up and one foot in front of the other. Is that a way to live? To just be making it, just be getting by, just, another day, another, whatever. I feel like the most saddest response I've ever had is when I ask somebody, how have you been? And they say, same, SHIT, different day. That is so sad. That is so pathetic, I hate to say. Why would you want to live your life like that? You were put here on this earth to grow and to maximize your potential and to have everything that your heart desires. You have that ability, but you have to believe that that is possible. And you have to be willing to put the actions out there. And one of them is growing yourself. Your business will only grow as much as you do. If you're not listening to something that's growing your mind every single day, reading books, educating yourself, training yourself, if you're not constantly pumping yourself with new information or even old information that you just haven't grasped yet, you're struggling. Because you see people around the world, living their best lives. How are they doing that? Because they're not letting themselves ever have a day that's just fine. And you could do that too. And how do we do that? By living the life of gratitude and contribution. This business is built off of contribution. You are adding value to people's lives. Whether you're selling to them, you are giving them the host opportunity and giving them a business opportunity. So if you are honest with yourself and you wake up every day for the majority saying that my life is just fine, I want you to change that mindset. And I want you to realize that if you're adding value to your own life, by giving yourself an opportunity to not just be day by day, not just be paycheck to paycheck. Yes, you will be working and being up a little bit longer than if you just worked your day job and went home and went to sleep. I'm not going to lie. But how much more valuable and extraordinary will your life be if you say, I've worked an extra 2 hours a day for 5 years, let's just say 5 years. But now I have a savings. So if something happens with my job, I'm not going to be out of luck. I'm not going to be worrying if I could pay my rent or my mortgage or my car payment, or, I'm not going to have to tell my kids, sorry, you can't play baseball anymore or dance studio anymore or whatever because my paycheck just got cut or whatever. It's so important. The reason why people struggle so much is because you're not preparing for what will happen eventually. And I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm not trying to say that you're gonna lose your job, because you may not. But something is gonna happen in your life that's going to shake your world. I don't know what that is. And I'm sure it's already happened in one point in your life. And unfortunately, I wish I can say it's never gonna happen again, but in some way, shape, or form, it's going to. And money is a resource. People look at money as like, oh, as long as my family's healthy and I have a roof over my head. That is absolutely 100% true. But guess what? What if they're not healthy? What if you lose your job and you can't pay your mortgage one day? Are you prepared for that? So this opportunity literally gives you an opportunity to prepare for it by, okay, somebody gets sick in your family, you get sick in your family, God forbid, but if something like that happens and you have to care for them, or you can't work as much anymore, or you can't work, are you going to be okay? Or is that literally going to make your life not only struggling physically or emotionally because you're struggling because you're caring for somebody that you love that's sick, But that's already hard enough, right? But now you have to worry about how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to keep the roof over your head? So, if anything, think of your Scentsy business as your savings, as your reserve, as your emergency fund. I'm sure if any of you have done any type of finance class, which I hope you have, if you haven't, there's so many that you can participate that are free. Churches put them on. Um, there's like programs you can get into for very expensive, whatever. You can buy books, Dave Ramsey, whatever. Um, all the people in the world that go through life and deal with their struggles don't struggle as much when they have resources to support them with those struggles. Meaning they have a safety net. So if they need to take off work for X amount of time or not work as much for whatever happens, or the job makes them do that because they can't pay for them as much. It's not as stressful as a time when you know that you're able to take care of that difference. So don't wait until you don't have an option anymore and that time comes that you're at your wit's end and you don't have any options. Prepare and have options waiting for you. And the best part is you could do that for someone else. You can do that for someone else by offering the opportunity. And that's the thing, is most people don't have the confidence. I didn't in the beginning. I didn't realize that I had such a powerful tool to really add value to people's lives. But we do, because you are like the door. You're the one that unlocks the door. You have to sponsor somebody into the company. They can't join on their own. There has to be somebody that sponsors them. Whether you join on your own to somebody they don't even know, but you still they have to go through a consultant. Why not be you? Because people are going to continue to join. So think about that. If they're going to join, they might as well join with you, right? And the only way they're going to do that is if you're offering it. And it may not change your life the way it's changed mine, but I know as a human being, we all have that need of contribution. And the best feeling is to be able to say, you helped somebody else change their life by just opening the door for them. My sponsor, Scentsy, is not her world. She enjoys it. It's added value to her life, but it hasn't changed her world like it has me. But because she opened the door for me, she's able to feel that warm and fuzzy feeling that she was able to change not only my life, but my entire family's life. That's worth it, right? All right. I didn't mean for this to go on as a rant. I had some extra time. I had some things change as far as my schedule. So this has been heavy on my heart lately. And I haven't really chatted with you guys this way in a while. So I just wanted to pop on and tell you guys all I love you. If I don't talk to you regularly, I hope you know that you're always in my prayers. I would love to know all of you better. I would love to see you. I would love to know about you. And honestly, because our organization is so big, the only way that's going to happen is if you put that effort in. And if you don't want to know me, that's fine. But I will tell you that the most successful consultants and happiest consultants are the ones that connect with other people that have like-minded, positive mindsets. So showing up to training calls, you're surrounding yourself with positive mindset and people that are striving to do the same thing as you are, which is add value to your own life as well as others. All right, hope you have a great day. And today's Tuesday. So we have a great week ahead of us still. And think about this message and take it to heart. And again, you're the only one that knows the real answer to all these questions. And I will tell you, it's the best feeling when you're able to say, I gave that. My client knows every option. Whether they deny you now and say, no, I'm not interested, I just want to buy, they can never come back to you and say, you never told me that I could host, that I can join. And you could just say, I've talked to you about it. I told you it was an option, and when it changes their life changes, which it probably will. They know who to go to because it's been offered. All right. Love you guys. Have a great day.